continue to be a healthy football team, and I'm happy with where we are right now. Should be another great day today.
Did you end up giving them the night off?
We gave them the afternoon off. Well, I kind of I didn't tell you guys, but I kind of told them that we wanted quality over quantity. It's not how many practices you get in; it's how good the practices are. And I think doubles are overrated to begin with. And I think the NCAA as a whole has started to move away from a lot of doubles. I think it just beats up your kids. I think back even when I was in school, it's like, what were we doing? Shooting high school had triples, but I'd rather have the quality practices as opposed to the quantity, and I think it keeps our guys fresh and lets them know that we care about it.
How do you describe a quality practice, Pat? You've been saying that a lot.
Yeah, well, quality practice is there's a lot of focus. I mean, there's attention to the little things. I mean, you can go out there and the offense can make a play, but if the defense doesn't respond or isn't in position to make a play, so you want the offensive position to make a play. They want to catch the ball. Offense is execution. Okay, defense is reaction to what they're doing, but you got to be in position to make a play. I mean, if the guys are just slopping around out there and things are wide open defensively, that's not a very quality practice. But you just wasted time. You're out there just going through the motions. Same thing, if you got a couple guys on offense that aren't executing, whether it's catching the ball, throwing the ball, protecting the quarterback, then you've got problems. So, we're looking for that focus, and it's hard for these kids to sit out here for 2 hours a day. I mean, they're here in this building from 6:30 a.m. to 9:30 at night. I mean, it's a long day for me, but there's a lot of focus and attention that we're trying to get.
Just kind of listening to you over the last week or so, you seem pretty positive about this team. Do you feel, I don't want to say satisfied, and coaches are never satisfied, do you feel pretty optimistic coming out of this camp?
As coaches, like you said, you're never satisfied. I feel good with this football team we have. I think this football team cares about each other. I think they're tight-knit right now. I think there's great chemistry. Does that equal wins? I don't know. But it's nothing to be disappointed. I'm happy with where we are as a football team. And I talk team, not individuals. I'm happy with that, but that doesn't equal wins either. So, I think that's a weekly basis.
Yeah, it was kind of actually. I mean, did some of that stem from having a lot of seniors, a lot of experienced guys in key roles?
I think so, but the seniors are involved. There's 20 of them, but they also have to be mature about what they do and how they do it.
What about Juan Price among all those senior guys? Obviously, I know you were happy to have him back, but how's he been as a vocal leader?
Juan's been explosive, more explosive than he's been in the past. He's playing with a lot more confidence. A year ago, he doesn't know, he hadn't made a play. And it's been a couple of years since he's made a play, but he's confident, he's explosive in what he's doing. He causes havoc in the backfield every day in practice. It's hard to get him out of the game. Even Saturday scrimmage, it's like, hey, about 15 plays, let's get him out. We don't need to see much more. Let's make sure we're smart and see what those other guys have. But he's the guy that didn't want to come out of the game. He'll limp around after a play, and then 2 plays later you see him run 4 or 5 down the sideline. So he's a guy that is having a lot of fun playing this game and understands how he can affect the game.
It seems like coaches have a different philosophy when it comes to redshirting freshmen. I mean, how important do you think it is to redshirt guys so you have more seniors when you're building a program, down the road?
Every freshman wants to play, but I do think it's important, to redshirt those freshmen. If we could redshirt every guy, I'd love to do it. But if they're ready to play, we're going to play them. We're not going to save them for that 5th year because they may be gone too. I mean, the landscape of college football in the NFL is to, if you have a great year after your 3rd year, you go take the money, which I'm all for as long as you're a first rounder. But, in an ideal world, if you could redshirt every one of them, I think it's better. I mean, you have a bunch of 18-year-olds that are going to be better when they're 18 or 24. And that's why I usually say to them, just think about where do you think you'll be better next year at this time? And every one of them will say yes. Then why wouldn't you wait till next year? Don't get disappointed when you're not playing. And we got a freshman class that I think is outstanding. Are they all ready right now? No. But there's a lot of mental stuff that goes on.
You played, I think, 4 last year. Would you anticipate that number being higher this season?
I'd say 4 to 6. But, you might not know that till the 3rd game. I don't know if everybody's ready. There'll be some that'll be ready, September 3rd. There'll be some that might be ready, September 24th or whatever it is, the next game that week. So it's, we're just going to train them to be ready to go and we'll find out. But there could be 4 to 6, I think. I don't know. It could be 3.
kind of a bonus to see those guys kind of play themselves into a spot and really be ready to take that step?
You said, is it a bonus?
Kind of a bonus because you said that it'd be nice to see them all redshirt, but the fact that they are ready to play, they are ready to contribute, is that kind of?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bonus, I guess. You could look at it as a bonus or it's a negative. Like I told them, it's not the best players really playing. It's where there's weakness that some of those guys might be playing. So wherever freshmen are playing, is it you tell me, is it because they're that good or is it because maybe there's a weakness there and they've got to play? I mean, I think as you say, an 18-year-old is better than a 23-year-old. I think that's a fact, but it depends on your depth. So I think it's who's making plays and where you feel strong.
Pat Dorian's gotten
places where you have still unsettled
You're next,
situations.
Jerry. Don't get mad. I'll say it again. I wasn't
There's
listening to
still
you. I was
places
kind of
where
looking
you-
at his disappointment.
Where you have competition, unsettled spots at the top of the depth chart, and we saw last year that those don't always need to be resolved by the first game. Is the offensive line though one place where you'd like to have some clarity?
Not really. We've taught those guys that they got to play with each other, and I think it's great. I mean, it's nice to say, hey, those guys are used to playing with they're the guys. But what happens when one guy goes down? Because that's reality. I mean, it didn't happen until the bowl game last year, but reality, and that doesn't happen a lot of places. So, our guys I think can mix together and play. A lot of guys at different spots. I think it's a positive. It's you don't want to be dealing with that third game of the year all of a sudden now. This guy that we've never seen run with the ones is in there. And it's like, who's this guy? He doesn't even talk to us. He doesn't say, he doesn't make a call. He doesn't communicate. Now we got to teach him to communicate. They're used to knowing, oh, he's in. Okay, I remember that back, day 4 when we had him in or whatever it was, or he's been there all camp. So it's a good situation, not a bad. Jerry.
Dorian has gotten a lot of preseason accolades. Now he's a preseason All-American. What does he bring to your line, and what does he bring to the locker room?
He's a super. Dorian's a super kid. He's a quiet guy. He's not a guy that is a vocal leader, but he's a guy that leads by example. He won't miss a practice. He doesn't want to miss a thing. So he's a leader by example. And again, he's got a lot of class, and he'll anchor that offensive line.
Anything final for Coach?
Good. All right.
3 days at Ursuline?